Your current situation is not a reflection of who you are or who you are going to become, but a reflection of who you were. You see, our current situation is a reflection of the actions that we took in the past, the inactions we took to the things that happened to us, the things we visualized. And so, if our present is a residual of our past, what this means is that our future is a residual of our present. It means what we do today and now will determine what happens in our future. This lends us good news because we know that we can begin to transform our future by what we do today. Stay tuned for more information into action. My name is Blaze and welcome to Inforaction, where we give you information that inspires new actions for transformation. Inforaction, taking you from knowing to realizing. I know that it's hard to swallow that everything that is going on in our lives today is because of us. Especially if there are things in our lives that are not going as we would have loved it to be. We are accustomed to blaming people and other things outside of us. As Jim Rohn says, we either change from inspiration or desperation. Either way, one of them is going to come for us. We better hope that it's from inspiration. My life changed around when the girl that I had loved for the longest time finally agreed to become my fiancée after years of asking. And then, less than 2 months into it, she broke up with me and says that I think it's better we stay friends. You know, the friend zone was where I've been for like the past 7 years. This broke me. The pain was so much that I knew that I couldn't let this continue and I had to take the keys of my heart from her pocket. 3 years now on, and I believe that this is one of the best things that happened to me. And I'll go more into that in the later part of this video. One of the lessons that I learned during this period is that our reality is as a result of how we react to the events that happens in our lives. Event plus response is equal to the outcome. And even though we cannot control the events that happens in our life, we can definitely control how we respond to it. Understanding that the events that happen in our lives alone are not the reasons for the outcomes in our life is very key. We have to understand that how we respond to these events creates our reality. Twins growing up in the same roof will never come out with the same personality even though they have the same stimulus of the same parents. Two workers in the same company can be given a bonus of $1,000 an event. Worker 1 decides to use it for a 2-week vacation. How he reacts to this event and then comes back from this vacation still broke. Worker 2 invests his money in a mutual fund, how he responds to the event, thereby increasing his net worth, which is the outcome of the same event of the $1,000. Notice that if you are complaining about something in your life right now, it means that you know that you deserve better. But knowing that you deserve better does not guarantee you a better future. You would have to change your behavior. You would have to become a different person. As I said earlier, my life changed when I was dumped by somebody I cared about for the longest time, and we had been in this cycle for a very long time and it was so frustrating. 2 quotes by Einstein set me on a path to changing my life. The first one was this: insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. The second one is this: you cannot solve a problem from the same level of thought you had when you created it. This led me to search on YouTube how to stop being needy. This led me to finding out about having a purpose in life. I realized that I was the one who allowed myself to be a pushover. You get what you tolerate. I realized that I was the one who allowed my happiness to be attached to her responses, and this was not loving to me, my emotional, physical, and mental being. I knew I had to change. And so I cut ties with her and began the journey of finding my values, my purpose, and my self-worth. She's not a bad person. She was just an event repeating in my life until I learned a lesson. And life is funny that way. It keeps sending you the same problem until you learn the lesson. Just like in a video game, you have to cross the particular level you are in to be able to go to the next level. So, if we can agree that whatever is going on in our lives right now is a culmination of all the actions and inactions that we took to the events that happens in our life, which means that what we do today, our actions and inactions, can lead us to a better future. We can now begin to visualize what life we want and begin to take actions that are in line with the future that we want to be able to make a transformation happen within us and outside us into our reality. So what actions can we take to begin to transform our lives? As David Meltzer would say, take inventory of your values. What do you really want out of life? I'm not talking about what your parents want, what your family wants, what society wants from you, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I'm asking you, what do you want for yourself? The purpose here is to vote for yourself and what you want. If you vote for yourself that you want to be healthier, don't allow the scoffs of the people around you stop you from pursuing it. If increasing your wealth is a value that you have, do not let the pressure of the people around you stop you from either going back to school, changing a career to a job that has better potential, or starting that side gig that you want to do. Search for the things that you actually want in life, not what you are expected to want, but what you truly want for yourself. You have to ask yourself this question every single day to come and realize what you want truly in life. The second thing you can do is to write down these values every single day and find 1 to 5 things that you can do to edge you closer to these values that you've put down together. So for example, you decide that you want to stop being codependent like I wanted. And so you say to yourself, I would watch one video on how to be less needy every single day. The goal is to lower the bar so that you can build consistency and momentum. One of the biggest mistakes that we do is that we set very big goals that are like mountains. And when we look at this big mountain in front of us, we are reduced into nothing. And then we give up just because the task that we've given ourselves is so big. So always remember to lower the bar. Make the goal attainable so that you can actually achieve it, build consistency, build momentum, and when your confidence is growing, you can begin to increase the challenges that you put for yourself. As they say, little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. The third thing we need to do is practice every single day, number 1 and number 2. The thing is that we have built our habits consciously and unconsciously, and our brain cells have fired and wired these same habits for a very long time and built in these neural pathways so that it can easily perpetuate what you already know to do. But as Einstein said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If you truly want to change your life, then you have to realize that if you do what you did yesterday, if you react to the same events as you reacted yesterday, you're going to produce the same results. And so we have to get into the habit of starting these new habits to be able to move towards the life that we want. So practice, 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 and these new habits will lead to the transformation of your life. So in summary, if our present is a residual of our past, it means that our future is a residual of our present. And by practicing taking inventory of our values every single day, what we truly want for ourselves, and by also practicing writing down these values every single day and finding 1 to 5 steps we can take to attain these goals will be helpful. And last but not the least, we need to practice this every day to make this a new habit so that we can truly transform our lives. This has been Inforaction, where we give you information that inspires new actions for transformation. Inforaction, taking you from knowing to realizing. If you like this episode, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and then we will see you next week. And remember, no one and no thing is more important than you being your happiest, healthiest version of yourself. Thank you and have a great day.